All right, everybody, welcome back to Beans No Ball. Got some breaking news, some Rams breaking news. Obviously, broke a little earlier while I was at work, so now we finally get into it. Glock 9 is back. Matthew Stafford and the Rams have finally agreed to a new restructured contract. Now, obviously, the terms of the deal, they haven't come out just yet. We're probably expecting to see that by the time the league new year in a couple of weeks. But I mean, my expectation, this is probably a 2-year, $80 million deal. He's probably going to get around $40 million a year. We know he was expecting 50 million a year if he was going to be traded, but we did hear reports that he probably would take that a little bit less if he was to stay with the Rams. But Christian, what did I say when we had made a video about this just a little earlier? He was going to need some top of the market type value, and he took a little bit of a pay cut just for us. But I mean, hey, it's working out. It was a foregone conclusion that he was going to leave just yesterday, but I mean, just all of a sudden, everything worked itself out.
Yeah, so at least the Rams, I guess they can say all the troubles for them, especially with all the rumors going around that sure the Giants were in talks with them, not that long ago. And then side note, little reporter beat between Rappaport and Jordan Schultz, a little miscommunication of what happened because Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady did see each other. Forgot where it was, bar, wherever it was, they did. I forgot exactly where it was, but
Was it
they
like a
did meet
ski
each other.
resort or something? Yeah.
Yeah, something
Right.
like that. But more of the story is says something about maybe
And
could
then
be Tom
Ian
Brady
and
recruiting to
Schultz
the
were about to
Raiders,
throw down at a
and then
Starbucks.
yeah, exactly. But that's not
Yeah.
obviously the focal point. Therefore, was the rumors going on with the Raiders, the Giants, but now with the Rams, they can finally catch some air there. Finally catch some air with Stafford coming back to the Rams there. Hopefully, at least the maximum you guys get it for another 2 years. Since I would say maybe this
Yeah.
could potentially be his final year with you
And
guys.
realistically, I
I
mean,
know.
I can see him having 2 years left in the tank. I mean, I would say he's probably got one good one left. But I mean, my main thing with this and like my whole issue, what we haven't talked about this at least on the video, but my main concern with this contract, this whole negotiation, you're already the second highest in career earnings in NFL history. I understand that you want to get what you're worth, you want to be your market value, but I mean, shouldn't your priority right now be, maybe take a team-friendly deal and cement your legacy, get a second ring? That's my only thing that I really thought about when seeing what Stafford's plan was throughout all this. But I mean, hey, he came back. He did take somewhat of a pay cut for what it's worth from what he wanted. But I mean, we also look
I
at the
expect him
other
to take a
rumor.
little less. I mean, I've said
And
I
that's what I'm
expect him to
saying.
take a really,
He
really a
wasn't
lot
gonna.
less too.
He wasn't gonna
Yeah,
because I mean, Chris. I mean, let's be honest. We see the QB market. We see guys,
yeah.
Trevor Lawrence too. We were talking about this. Those contracts, those guys making 50 million. You're telling me Matthew Stafford, even at 37, isn't worth that? I mean, let's be honest.
Because he
He
was
really
he
is.
was anticipated to take below market. I believe it is 27 million. That's kind of the more
Which that was his
was leading
contract. I
to.
mean, he's not
Yeah, that
he's
was
not
his
gonna play that, which
contract.
I understand
Exactly
that.
too. Yeah.
I personally would have liked to see him go down to like 35 a year, but I don't think that's what it's going to end up being. But I mean, regardless, I mean, look, we also know, just also the side note of all the other rumors that we didn't even get into with the whole Rodgers situation. We did have rumors that if Stafford left, Rodgers could have been the replacement. He could have brought in Devontae, which my thing, Rodgers, Devontae, Puka, and some extra cap room compared to having now Stafford, Puka, and less cap room. You weigh that out. I mean, look, I'm happy. Stafford's the only guy I would personally want to quarterback my team. But as a really backup option, that wouldn't have been too bad. But one more Rams piece of news that we do have to get into before we go. Our focal point at O-line, Alaric Jackson, our star tackle, has re-signed 3 years, 57 million, 37 million guaranteed. So, I mean, hey, he was arguably a top 10 tackle last season. I'm very happy to see him back. We talked about this when we talked about Zach Martin, I mean, let's be honest, Jerry was never going to, make a deal like that. But hey, I mean, Rams got their guy back. I mean, $19 million a year. Again, this is similar to what Dotson got last year. It's a little steep, I guess good bit of guaranteed money, but, you got to pay that top dollar for the trenches. And, hey, those 2 years that we're going to have with Stafford, he's going to be well protected.
Yeah, so like again, just keep back track for the Rams. They're on off-season mode, and everything's going well for the most part for them as well. Get back your quarterback and still keeping majority of the online, intact for the most part. In time being there too. Really gonna expect less to cook a little more. We've seen he's
Just
been
wait for
cooking
that
so
draft.
far.
Just keep cooking a
Exactly.
bunch of random late seventh round gems that we're gonna end up having to pay $50 million in pretty soon. But I mean, yeah, obviously you look at the cap situation, you roughly should have about $30 million left after these two contracts. We'll wait and see what the Stafford contract really ends up being by the new year, which Obviously by the time all this comes out, Christian, it's draft season. The combine's going on right now. We'll get our mock drafts out. We'll probably get some free agency type videos going pretty soon. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you like and subscribe, and we will see you back for all the off-season content.